Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review we are looking at the Creature Replica ROUGAROU, which is kinda like a werewolf, but it's not really a werewolf. Don't worry about it. If you're not familiar with what it is, that's fine. I don't really know what a ROUGAROU is technically either, but it looks kinda like a werewolf, and I've seen Supernatural a bunch, and they have those in there, kind of like a werewolf, so that's what we're going with. So this figure, definitely more fun than the other two. The Himalayan Yeti was kinda cool. The Sasquatch was okay. This guy's generally a much better figure, and he's much more appealing to look at. So let's get him off the stand and take a closer look. This guy stands, and of course you can straighten his legs out more if you want to, but I'm assuming you're going to have him slightly bent, like this. He stands just about 22 centimeters to the top of his head, which makes him just under 9 inches, and if you want to straighten him out, you can get him to be a lot taller. If you do that, he'll be closer to 10 inches tall. So very imposing figure, pretty decent sculpt work all the way around, and the paintwork is good enough. As far as accessories go, let's look at those real quick. We just get some tattered pieces of clothing that you can put over his shoulder and wrists. They're painted well enough. This one doesn't really snap on very well, but it exists, so that's okay. And then the stand, I'm a little confused about the stand, because this one's definitely painted differently than the Sasquatch's, but it's the same mold for the base part. And the little skeleton guy that they give you doesn't really face in the right direction. It should be facing the other way, kind of. So I'm not sure if the person that sent me these maybe they messed up somehow. Not the person, but the people who sold it to him messed up. I don't know. It's a little odd that this skeleton guy, the peg part, fits in properly. It's the right key, but it doesn't fit on the stand, actually. So that's a little weird. But he does come with a stand with this weird skeleton guy. The figure itself, pretty cool looking. The paintwork is lacking, I would say. The dry brushing's not terrible, but it's not great. It does look generally pretty good, though. The bare arms look pretty nice with some nice shading on those. The fur is good enough. It looks a little frosty looking. Like it doesn't look quite right where all the white is. But the more gray spots and the brown spots, it looks pretty good. I think that's all right, especially like on the back there. Looks pretty decent. The paintwork for the mouth, I am pretty pleased with. I like the teeth. I like the glossy dark reds and the gum lines and everything, so that looks pretty good. And the eyes with the neon green and yellow pupils, that looks pretty good. So I'm pleased with that. As far as articulation goes, you can rotate his ears. So that's kind of a cool feature. I wasn't expecting that. So you can rotate those around some if you want to. The jaw will close, and it actually closes really nicely. I'm very pleased with that. It opens nicely and closes. The head is on a double ball peg, so you can move it around pretty well. Pretty good range on that guy. The shoulders, still kind of limited, but it is a ball hinge. You can rotate it all the way around. You can probably force it up a little bit higher if you wanted to. We do have our bicep swivel. A single jointed elbow, but you get almost 90 degrees out of it, so that's okay. The wrists have a swivel and a hinge, so that's pretty good. The torso, still not great. We just get a tiny swivel out of the top, and then a swivel out of the bottom. Very little. The top even has a little more than the bottom. He definitely needed a double ball peg right here, and didn't even really need this. So that's a little odd. The hips are the same type of design as the other ones we've looked at, but they work a little bit better. There's no huge gap there. They go all the way forward and even a little bit back, and they go out to the side far enough, so that's pretty good. We do have a cut joint in the thigh. It's ugly, but I don't know what else they could have done using that type of hip, so I guess that's okay. I would have just gone with a different type of hip personally, but it's not bad. We have our single jointed knee, but you get really good range out of it, and they kept the kneecap on one piece, so that's really good. We get the reverse knee back here. Gives them a little bit of range, not the best. And then we have a hinge with a swivel for the ankle down here. You have the hinge, and you can rotate the foot around. So it's not a bad figure. It's definitely better than the other two. I think it's just more appealing also because it's a cool looking werewolf guy. So there you go. I recommend this one. I don't recommend the other two as much. This guy, he's still not great, but he's pretty cool, and I imagine most of you are going to like having a big-ass werewolf figure. And that's pretty much what it looks like. I guess because it has bald arms, it's a ROUGAROU? I don't know. You tell me if you know the difference. Whatever, it doesn't really matter. It looks cool for what it is, so I kind of recommend it. There you go, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can see my upcoming figure reviews, custom figures, and other good stuff. In the meantime, keep collecting.